Hey everyone, it's Stormer here, and I wanted to discuss a subject that's been on my mind for quite some time. The topic of being average at everything or being really good at one thing. Most YouTubers, they are really good at one thing. You can look at any subject, any game, all throughout life, and there will be someone or a bunch of people at the top. And that's who everyone looks up to learn that thing. For example, Dream is really good at Minecraft. Same with Technoblade. And then in Call of Duty, you have Symphony, Tim the Tapman, Nick Merckx, Cloaksy. Like, they are really dang good at Warzone. YouTube having one thing that you're known for and good at is really good because then you build an audience around that one game. And your audience also wants to become as good as you at that thing. It's really good for searching in YouTube because if, let's say, you're really dang good at Call of Duty, if someone searches Call of Duty whatever, you will probably come up if you're at the top of your game. It's also really good for audience retention because they know that every video you make is going to be that one thing that they came here for. I know this is the case because I have a couple series on this channel that did really dang well, and those people aren't watching the other series that I've made. One example is the computer tutorials. I have one video that has 80,000 views on it, and half the subscribers on the channel are from that video. And I guarantee you all of them want more computer help, not gaming content. The thought of being really good at one thing or average at everything, that's kind of come up because I have so many interests that I just want to do all of them. And it seems like I'm not actually great at anything. I'm just average at everything that I do. Give me any game and I will be much better than a beginner in the first few days. But I never seem to stick with a game long enough to be the best at it. And that's because I'm interested in so many different things. And I can't stick with one game for the rest of my life. I can play a bunch of games on and off through the rest of my life, but I cannot stick to one specific game or one type of game for the rest of my life. I play sandboxes, I play first-person shooters, I play racing games, I play puzzle games, I play tycoon games, I play survival games. Like, I play freaking everything. It's very hard for me to get great at one specific thing and keep the channel on one specific thing that people will want to continually come back for. Another example of this was From the Depths. That series was doing really well because there aren't a ton of people that play it, and I was probably making the best commentary on that game in the last couple years of videos on YouTube for that. So that small audience for that game found my channel, and they just wanted all the From the Depths content. But the thing is that I didn't want to put the time into From the Depths that it took. Now, I did put a ton of time into it, but I kind of found, though, that the more time I put into it, the more that I hated it. So, yeah, that's not gonna work long term. I've been thinking about maybe putting a lot more time into 1 or 2 or 3 different games instead of 10 different games. Not saying that I'm going to do that. The channel is still going to have all these different random games. But the other thought is, should I start a second channel specifically for one type of game? So maybe that channel can be specific while this one can be random. It's really hard for me to narrow down when I like so many things and I just want to do all of them. So let me know what you think in the comments below. A couple other things I've been thinking about really quick. One of them being that I don't have to post consistently for the channel to grow. It's in a very weird state where the one computer tutorial and maybe a Subnautica video, those are what's really keeping the channel alive and growing, because those are the ones that are taking in the thousands and tens of thousands of views. The weekly uploads only get like 5 views. So the channel isn't growing because of the stuff that I'm making right now. It's growing because of the popular stuff that I made like 2 years ago. That's just one really weird observation. The other thing I've been thinking about is the kind of content that I want in my videos. Mostly I focus on what I'm doing in the game, which has its own value, but I think you need a second piece to that puzzle. And so the options I've kind of come up with is either the videos can be solely focused on jokes and being hilarious, or I could talk about a subject, either a real life story or something super serious that makes you guys think or that you might be able to take something away from. Or I could focus on teaching you how to do something really dang well, which that kind of goes back to what we were talking about for the majority of this vlog. Those are my thoughts on content for videos and what I should be doing in the future. Obviously, I haven't made a decision on what I'm going to be doing. They are just thoughts and I'm getting them out there, and maybe you guys have some insight. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.